Sister Wives star exposes the truth about her dramatic ex. The drama behind the scenes of Sister Wives has always been a major reason fans keep coming back for more. But recently, a former cast member has finally revealed what really happened during her so-called dramatic exit from the Brown family, and it's not what the public was told. For years, the storyline focused heavily on the breakdown of marriages, the tension between the wives, and the emotional outbursts. But now, one of the wives is speaking out, not just to defend herself, but to set the record straight about what truly led to her departure from the plural family. The star in question? None other than Christine Brown-Woolley, the first wife to officially leave Kody Brown. While the show portrayed her exit as emotional, sudden, and full of friction, Christine now says much of that was a carefully edited version of what really went down. In a recent interview, Christine claimed that her departure had been planned long before it aired on the show. She explained that she had been feeling emotionally neglected for years and tried every possible way to fix the marriage before making the final decision to leave. According to her, there were many conversations, counseling sessions, and moments of reflection that the cameras never showed. Christine didn't just walk out. She waited. She observed. She held on for the sake of her children, her values, and her sense of responsibility to the family's commitments. But ultimately, she reached a point where staying was doing more harm than good, not just to her, but to everyone around her. She describes the years leading up to her exit as slow emotional death. Kody, she claims, had slowly withdrawn from their marriage and focused almost all of his attention on Robyn. She says she went from being a partner to being an outsider in her own family. Christine says the real breaking point came when she realized Kody no longer saw her as a wife, just a household member. She recalls a moment off camera when she confronted him about their intimacy, and Kody told her he was no longer interested in having a romantic relationship with her. That, she says, was when she truly understood it was over. But Christine is also very clear. Her exit wasn't dramatic. It was strategic, calm, and necessary. The drama, she claims, was added later by producers to create a compelling narrative for the show. While she understands that TV needs tension to keep viewers watching, she says it's important people understand that her decision was not made in a moment of rage or despair. It was made with strength and clarity. She explains that leaving wasn't just about Kody. It was about reclaiming her identity after years of feeling lost in the crowd. Being one of 4 wives, she says, made it incredibly easy to get overlooked, not just by Kody, but by the audience, the children, and even herself. After the departure, Christine says she experienced something unexpected: relief. There was fear, yes, but also a newfound sense of peace and freedom. She had a chance to rediscover what made her happy, what she valued, and what kind of life she wanted to build going forward. And she didn't waste any time. Within a year of leaving Kody, Christine was traveling, spending more time with her kids, and eventually found love again with David Woolley. The relationship, she says, is a completely different experience, marked by mutual respect, shared goals, and true emotional support. In fact, Christine says the contrast between her old marriage and her new one is night and day. With Kody, she felt like she was constantly chasing validation. With David, she says, I finally feel seen. But Christine isn't the only one rethinking the narrative. Other wives, especially Janelle Brown, have also hinted that what fans saw on television was only part of the truth. Janelle and Christine have remained close since Christine's exit, and both have spoken about the emotional manipulation, favoritism, and power dynamics that played out behind closed doors. Christine also addressed a key point that fans often speculated about. Was Robyn really the reason for the breakdown? Her answer: yes and no. She says Robyn wasn't personally to blame, but the way Kody prioritized her over the other wives was undeniable. From financial decisions to emotional support, everything seemed to revolve around Robyn, and the other wives felt like second-class citizens. Christine says Kody changed after Robyn joined the family. He became more distant, more defensive, and more dismissive. She says he began treating the family more like a business and less like a partnership, and that ultimately destroyed the sense of unity they once had. Now, Christine is focused on healing. She says she no longer watches the show, but she hears from fans all the time who say her story gave them the courage to leave toxic situations in their own lives. She says that, more than anything, makes her proud. Her children, she adds, are thriving. While the split was hard on them, especially since they had grown up in a tightly knit plural family, they've adjusted well. Christine says she's been honest with them every step of the way and believes that's helped them cope. When asked if she would ever return to Sister Wives, Christine said only if the story is honest. She refuses to be part of a narrative that paints her as angry, unstable, or impulsive because, in her words, I'm none of those things. She also wants people to stop thinking that leaving a plural marriage means you failed. It's not failure, she says. It's choosing happiness. It's choosing peace. And sometimes, it's the most courageous thing you can do. Christine says the world of polygamy is often romanticized or dramatized in the media, but in reality, it can be incredibly lonely and disempowering, especially for women who don't feel equally loved or respected. She hopes that by speaking out, she can help others who feel trapped in similar situations. In fact, she's even hinted at working on a book or documentary that explores the deeper layers of her experience, something beyond what was ever shown on TLC. While she hasn't confirmed a release date, fans are already buzzing about the possibility of getting a raw, unfiltered look into her truth. So, while the show may have told one version of events, Christine is finally telling her own. And the difference is striking. Her story isn't about revenge. It's not about bitterness or blame. It's about growth, empowerment, and truth. And it's resonating with thousands, especially women, who have spent too long silencing their own stories. As the Sister Wives saga continues to unfold, one thing is becoming increasingly clear: Christine's so-called dramatic exit wasn't a meltdown. It was a breakthrough. And now that the truth is out, fans are seeing her in a whole new light, not just as a reality star, but as a survivor, a mother, and a woman who refused to settle for less than she deserved. Christine says she doesn't regret her years in the Brown family, but she's never going back. The past, she says, taught her everything she needed to know. And now, she's finally living life on her own terms.